Hi, and welcome to Giza. Giza is one of the most popular cities to visit in Egypt, even today. And the reason it is so popular, you can see in the image on your screen right now. The Great Pyramid is located in Giza. The pharaoh responsible for building the Great Pyramid is named Khufu. Khufu was a ruler during the Old Kingdom period. He is responsible not only for building some of the most amazing monuments in the world, but he is also an important pharaoh because he really established the role of pharaoh as a position of authority in Egypt, really placing it above all other jobs on the social structure. Even though Khufu is a very important and well-known pharaoh in ancient Egypt, there are very few images of him that survive to this day. This little tiny statue is just about all we have to see what Khufu may have looked like when he was alive. As you study Khufu, there are a few things you should keep in mind. First, you should be looking for what Khufu was like. What kind of ruler was he? Did the people fear him? Did they love him? How did Khufu help to make the role of pharaoh the most powerful position in ancient Egypt? So look for things that he did that really consolidated power for himself, made the people believe that they had to listen to the pharaoh and that the pharaoh was a special person beyond what the other citizens of Egypt were at the time. Then look at Khufu's achievements in monuments. Why are Khufu's pyramids so impressive? They were considered one of the ancient wonders of the world, and they're actually the only surviving wonder of the world from the ancient times. So that's pretty special. What is it that makes these pyramids so impressive? And then finally, you're going to explore how the Great Pyramid was built. For centuries, people have wondered how the ancient Egyptians were able to build the Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid is more than 450 feet tall and constructed of more than 2 million huge blocks, many of which weigh 3 tons or more. Most scientists agree that the Great Pyramid was likely built in about 20 years. There have been several hypotheses put forth to explain how the Great Pyramid was built. Here are some of those hypotheses. Number 1, ancient Egyptians cut the huge stone blocks from the earth and dragged the blocks to the site of the pyramid. At the site, the blocks were pulled up a long, sloping ramp and then pushed into position on the pyramid. Hypothesis number 2, Egyptians used local materials to create a cement-like substance which workers carried up the pyramid. The cement was poured into a mold and mixed with water to form the huge blocks. These molds were placed directly on the pyramid so that when the mixture dried and the mold was removed, the block sat perfectly in place. And hypothesis number 3, extraterrestrials either built the Great Pyramid or gave technical knowledge to the ancient Egyptians for building it. These are 3 real hypotheses that scientists have had over the years. So what are your next steps? You should watch the video that explains how the Great Pyramid may have been built. Keep in mind those hypotheses we talked about. Do you have one that you think is correct? And are you correct when you watch the video? Then read TCI Lesson 5, Section 2 to learn more about Khufu. Finally, record the important things you learned about Khufu in your notebook.